What's good, guys? Welcome back to Fraud on the Telly. Today we're breaking down everything that happened in Season 2, Episode 2 of Rising of the Shield Hero, an episode in which Naofumi learns new information on the Spirit Tortoise, as well as they learn the 4 cardinal heroes aren't the only ones in these lands, as there are apparently 7 other heroes. As always, if you enjoyed the video or learned something new, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Go check out some of our other Shield Hero content, like last week's episode breakdown. Okay, let's crack on. Our episode picks up where we left off last week. The strange woman has just asked Naofumi to kill her when suddenly she vanishes. Naofumi has been invited to attend a council with local lords and the Queen of Malmark. The Queen tells us, and legend says, the tortoise attacks densely populated areas, so she predicts the next town it will attack is Lowerot. After some bickering, the lords agree they will need the help of the heroes in order to defeat such a strong foe. Flashback to Rishia and the gang, they're greeted by Granny and Eclair. Both came to assist Naofumi in fighting the legendary tortoise. As they talk, Eclair notices a familiar figure entering the palace. Back to the council, who inform Naofumi of the 7-star heroes. Heroes who wield vassal weapons, different than the 4 cardinal heroes who were summoned to different nations. And many, like Naofumi, are from other worlds. To which Naofumi thinks back to his battle with Glass and the others, and what she told him about being heroes from another world. The Queen believes they are likely weaker than Naofumi and the other 4 heroes. As she's explaining more, they are interrupted by the figure we mentioned earlier. This is Osturai, the regent and former concubine of the now deceased lord of the Spirit Tortoise Nation, as well as the woman who appeared before Naofumi last episode and asked him to kill her. She reveals she is not in fact who they think she is. Like the bats and the yeti, she is a familiar of the Spirit Tortoise, summoned by him to manipulate nations into warring with one another. She reveals the Spirit Tortoise's goal is to harvest souls, which it uses to prevent the waves from appearing, thus why it sends familiars to attack, and as a last resort, the Spirit Tortoise would awaken to claim the souls itself. However, someone has broken the Spirit Tortoise seal prematurely. Wow, that sounds really lewd. Thus, the tortoise is committing destruction not of its own free will. Perhaps this is referring to the strange person we saw in episode 1 spreading rumors about the heroes' deaths. She then implores the heroes to destroy the tortoise, as it is the only way to stop the destruction. She informs Naofumi that should the heroes not be able to stop the waves, they must gather souls, reviving the Spirit Tortoise. Naofumi remembers the word Fitoria said to him, the world demands sacrifices from all life. What an interesting little turn of events here. The familiar believes whoever broke this seal must be controlling it. The council has now moved on to bickering over who will lead the assault on the tortoise. Naofumi storms out, saying if they're going to bicker over the credit, he will have no part in it. The scene quickly pans over to the mountains. Why do I have a strange feeling that this is like the back of the tortoise or something weird? The camera pins down a hole to a crystal within it. Underneath stands a man with long white hair and glasses. I wonder if this is our tortoise seal breaker. Back to Naofumi's party, discussing how they will fight the tortoise. They're greeted by Hurai, who introduces herself to them. Raphtalia meets Naofumi later in the night. She asks him what will become of this town, and implores him to protect it and work with the generals. She says with all the power they have, they can come up with a plan together that will unite the generals. You'll never guess what this dude's Naofumi's response is. Sheesh. Bro, surely the subbers knew what was going on here when they wrote this. Their plan is to use numbers to lure the tortoise out by marching their army away from the town. From there, they will pin it down and find a way to cut off its head. The plan is to use siege weapons to knock it over. As well, Naofumi wants to destroy an old abandoned fortress in the mountainside with bombs. It's not really explains why he wants to do this. Maybe he wants to pin the tortoise under the rubble. Naofumi tells Rishia to go with Os to the library and try to learn as much as they can about the tortoise. Over the next few days, everything is prepared for the oncoming battle. Eclair remembers she was giving new weapons for Filo, raphtalia, and Rishia, which we see our new sword for raphtalia, new claws for Filo, and a new suit for Rishia. Adorable. The episode ends as Rose asks Rishia if she's in love with the bow hero. Obviously she is, and proceeds to give her some horrible love advice. Theme seems like they're really gonna end on a happy note for once, when suddenly a burst of energy hits. It seems the Spirit Tortoise has arrived. And that was it for episode 2 of Season 2 of Rising of the Shield Hero. I'm curious to learn more about these 7 other heroes. It doesn't seem like this is the group that Glass was a part of, especially considering the Queen said these 7 heroes are likely weaker than Naofumi. As well, who is this mysterious Glasses man, and what is his connection to the tortoise? Is he a hero, possibly? So many questions. Guess we'll have to wait until next time. As always, if you enjoyed the video or learned something new, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other Rising of the Shield Hero videos on screen now, and I'll see you all in the next one. Stay safe out there. Peace, love.